Hello YouTube stacking community, Silver Bugle here with another video. This time I'll be showcasing the Precious Metal Verifier Pro by Sigma Metalytics. There are a few videos out there on YouTube about this particular tool. I just thought I would share my experience with it. I really like it. It's been a great asset for me as a local private individual. I do buy quite a bit of gold and silver from other individuals as well as companies, and I like to make sure that the precious metals that I get are legit and not something a little more questionable than I'd feel comfortable with. I have turned away purchases before just because I didn't feel comfortable based on the readings that I had with this particular tool. So without further ado, I'm just going to show you a little bit how I use this machine. It's pretty cool. Hope you'll follow along, and if you have any questions about it, go ahead and put them in the comments. So you basically just establish what type of metal you're going to be using. Hello. So I'm going to put this as a 10-ounce bar of silver, and then you just stick it there under the bridge for the verifier, and then you look here. So the surface reading, which is the top line, shows that it's good, it's within green, and then the through reading, which is the bottom line, also shows that it's good, within green. So you can feel relatively confident that this Sunshine 10-ounce bar is what it purports to be, and that is a legitimate 3/9 fine silver bar. Now if you had any questions, you can still measure it as well. You just put in here that it's a rectangular bar. You line it up here on the lines, and as long as it's within these green parameters here, then that's just one other proof that, based on the size of the bar, the weight of the bar, the through and the surface readings for resistivity, that this bar is legit. So I feel comfortable that that is a good bar. Let's try this bar. It's an M1 carbine, just a generic silver bar. We're going to change this down to 1 ounce here, place the sample under that bridge, and you see here again that the top surface reading is good, it's within the green. The through reading is slightly into the yellow. That doesn't mean necessarily that there's anything wrong with this particular bar. It just means proceed with caution and take a secondary measurement, if you will. So I'm going to put this to rectangular. I slide this down here to the measuring pod, and there on the left hand side you can see that it's within the green limitations, and so this, I feel confident, is a legitimate 3/9 fine silver bar. Now how about this thing? Now this is ugly. This is a poor, and I'm sorry to whoever manufactured this thing, but it is what it is, and I just call it like I see it. It is a 1 ounce generic kind of a, I guess I can call it a pour. It's from Vulture Peak Mines. I bought this on eBay years ago. 1 troy ounce, 3/9 fine. It's not a very consistent pour. It's kind of just, it looks like they took a cake icing thing full of liquid silver and just went bloop and squeezed it onto a cookie sheet or something, because it's not very round at all. But regardless, let's stick it on here and see what the verifier says about it. It doesn't like it. It says the surface reading, it's a smaller unit than what this bridge is anticipated to measure, and then the through reading also has some problems, and this is too big to fit under the smaller bridge. So what I can do again here is I can measure. This is mostly round, so I'll bring this down here and line it up, and as you can see, it fits within the measurements and those parameters. So I feel relatively confident that despite the bridge's inability to read adequately the surface readings and the through readings, that because of the measurement, that is a legitimate silver pour. I could also use the wand for this, and I might do that here later on. But so there's that. How about the A-Mark Chunky? I love these. These are some of my favorite bars. I don't have a ton of them, but the ones that I do have, I really like them. Kind of a little Kit Kat bar with different, beveled edges on them or angled edges on them. But let's see what we get here. Pure silver, 1 ounce. Again, I think this is going to struggle to read this. Yeah, it says it's a smaller sample. The surface reading says it's just too small for this particular bridge, and the through reading, it doesn't like it either. It's too big to fit under this bridge over here. So I'm just going to do a measurement. I'm just going to go ahead and measure this up. It's rectangular and it's a small sample. So I put this on here just like that, and boom, within the readings on this left edge, I feel confident that this is what it purports to be. So let's look at one other bar here. Silver, the weight is going to be 10 ounces. Now this bar is too big to fit under this particular bridge. I didn't purchase the other larger bridge. I don't deal with a lot of these chunky type bars. This is actually the only one I have that's this thick. Most of the other ones that I have are this style here, which is quite a bit thinner, and they fit just fine on this bridge. So how do I deal with this one? Well, I'm going to plug in the wand. They have a wand that you can use, and so you got to calibrate. Once you set that on there, plug that in and it'll calibrate the instrument and then the wand again. And I'm going to put that on there and put the wand on it, and I get the surface reading of a 1.62, which is within the green, so I feel confident there. Now, the only limitation on this particular one using the wand is there's no measurement features. If I push the measure button here, it won't let me measure it. So that's one limitation that hopefully they'll improve on in their next generation or iteration of this particular tool, is finding out a way to measure this. At least I haven't figured out how to do it yet on this machine. Perhaps there is, but I think I'd probably have to get the larger bridge attachment, and I just didn't want to purchase that given the fact that I don't really deal with a lot of these. But I still feel relatively confident that this is a legitimate 10 ounce A-Mark Pure Point 999 bar. I could go through a bunch of others, do the 90% silver and things like that, but I think you get the gist of it. If there's any types of silver, whether it's the 90%, sterling, things of that nature that you'd like a video on, let me know in the comments below. Throw me a sub, throw me a like, share this video to the extent you want to do so. I know there are other videos about this particular machine out there, but I wanted to give you kind of a hands-on look as to how I use this particular tool. It is really helpful, when I have people coming into the office bringing, whether it's a Gold Eagle or a 10-ounce bar or goofy pours from different mines around. Oh, speaking of that, it's not a goofy pour. That probably sounded wrong. What about our Baggins bar? Remember this Baggins bar? I did a video on this. I just received this while I was out on spring break. Number 84 Baggins bar. Let's check this out from MK BarZ. What a great pour this is. Really like this. So let's take a reading on this. I'm going to change the weight to 1 ounce. I'm going to put this sample under this bridge here and see what it does. Well, it says it's too small for this particular bridge. They like it the sample to be greater than the dark ring around there, and it's too big, of course, to fit over here. So what I could do is do a measurement on it. Boom, it's round. Well, let's see if this Baggins bar measures up. Put it on there. Look at that. Right exactly on that left hand mark. So you can feel confident that this 3/9 fines Baggins bar is what it purports to be. Even if it was just a little bit farther out to the left, I would still feel confident, because I think this particular this particular pour weighs more than the 31.1 grams. In fact, I know it does. I shouldn't say I think it does. I know it does, because I already weighed it, and it was 31.43 grams. So I think that's one of the reasons why sometimes it can be just a little bit off, but as long as it's within that green, you can feel, again, reasonably confident that what you're getting is consistent with the metal that this machine reads. So I hope you liked the video. If any of you, by the way, have anything that you would like me to verify, send me a mail, shoot me a comment, and we'll get in contact. I will have a P.O. box here set up soon where you folks could send things to me, and I'll be happy to do a video of actually measuring and verifying your precious metals and then ship them back to you. So if you have any interest in that, let me know. anywhere around the continental United States, I'd be happy to do that. So anyway, shout out to all of you in the silver stacking community, in the coin collecting communities, metal detecting communities. Great bunch of folks in these communities. Thanks for watching this video. Silver Bugle is out.